Good morning, students. Welcome in the first session of the Humanities. Myself, Jyoti, your history teacher. As history is a major part of this stream, history means our past. It means we are going to study about our past, and this is facilitated by dividing the past into blocks of time. This is called periodization, and it helps in study and analyze of history. History is certainly about changes that occur time. It is about finding out how things were in the past and how things have changed. As soon as we compare the past with the present, we refer to time. We talk of before and after. Archaeologists have made attempts to reconstruct the lives of early people, to find out about the shelters in which they lived, the food they ate by gathering plant produce and hunting animals, and the ways in which they express themselves. Other important developments include the use of fire and language. And finally, you will see whether the lives of people who live by hunting and gathering today can help us to understand the past. Students, to make this chapter interesting, I had prepared two videos, and this is your part 1 video. So now, not wasting much of your time, let's start a new chapter from the beginning of time. Students, in this chapter, you all will get to know about the story of human evolution, from where we get to know about beginning of human existence. Students, to understand the story of human evolution, we should know about the philosophies of our historians. This chapter traces the beginning of human existence. It was 5.6 million years ago. That was the first human-like creature appeared on the earth's surface. It means 5.6 million years ago हमारी earth surface पे एक human दिखाई दिया. After this, several forms of human emerged and then became extinct. Human being resembling us originated about 1,60,000 years ago. It means we can say modern human, and now this human beings know how to do hunting, how to gather the food, etc. etc. But before that, it means 5.6 million years ago, we are not having any kind of evidence of hunting or gathering. In short, we can say that human-like creature appear on the earth's surface on 5.6 million years ago. It means कि 56 लाख साल पहले हमें human जैसा कुछ दिखाई दिया. And after that, so many creature came and extinct. कई प्रजातियाँ आई, हमसे मिलती जुलती और विलुप्त होती चली गई. And before 1,60,000 years ago, कुछ 1,60,000 साल पहले हमें ऐसे मनुष्य के एविडेंस मिले जो कि हमसे रिजेंबल करते थे. As we are doing the study of the story of human evolution, it is very important to know about the sources of early human. As we are having few sources to know about early human, and they are human fossils, cave paintings, stone tools, and art of creation of God. So let's start with human fossils. The evidence for human evolution comes from fossils of species of humans which have become extinct. And if we want to summarize fossils more, we can say fossils are the remains or impression of a very old plant, animal, or human. Fossils can be dated either through direct chemical analysis or indirectly by dating the sediments in which they are buried. So, the best way to know the age of fossils is radiometric टेक्निक है ना. इस डेटिंग मेथड से हम फॉसिल की एज का पता लगा सकते हैं. इन अदर वर्ड्स वी कैन से कार्बन 14, और इसे C14 भी कहते हैं. नेक्स्ट important source to know about early human is cave paintings. As cave paintings are having an important role. हमें केव पेंटिंग्स कहाँ से मिली हैं? यूरोप एंड अफ्रीका की वॉल से. नेक्स्ट important source to know about the early human is stone tools. Stone tools are made and used by early human in various parts of Europe and Africa. Stone tools such as pebbles, sharp stone, blades, etc. were made and used by early human. Next important source is art of creation of God. Most scholars refuse to accept that these objects were the remains of early human. उन्होंने ये बिल्कुल भी स्वीकार नहीं किया कि जो कुछ भी एविडेंस मिले हैं वो हमारे अर्ली ह्यूमंस के हैं, बिकॉज अकॉर्डिंग टू ओल्ड टेस्टामेंट ऑफ द बाइबल human origin was an act of creation of God. I hope now you all get to know about the what are the sources to understand early human. So what I told you about human fossils. Human fossils में मैंने आपको क्या बताया? Fossils are the remains of plants, animal or humans and they converted into stone. That is known as fossils, है ना. और केमिकल एनालाइज करके हम किसी भी फॉसिल की एज पता कर सकते हैं. देन आई टोल्ड यू अबाउट केव पेंटिंग्स. केव पेंटिंग्स में मैंने बताया कि जो हमारी यूरोप एंड अफ्रीका की केव्स हैं उनमें हमें कुछ पेंटिंग्स मिली हैं. एंड देन स्टोन टूल्स में मैंने आपको बताया कि हमें जो स्टोन टूल्स के जो एविडेंस मिले हैं दैट ऑल्सो फाउंड इन यूरोप एंड एशिया. देन एक्ट ऑफ क्रिएशन ऑफ गॉड में मैंने आपको बताया एज कुछ स्कॉलर्स का मानना है कि ह्यूमंस आर नॉट ओरिजिनेटेड, है ना. वो क्या है? एक्ट ऑफ क्रिएशन ऑफ गॉड है ना. जैसा कि बाइबल के ओल्ड टेस्टामेंट में भी ये मेंशन है कि हमारा जो ह्यूमन है वो एक्ट ऑफ क्रिएशन ऑफ गॉड ही है. इट मीन्स कि वो ओरिजिन नहीं हुआ, उसकी उत्पत्ति नहीं हुई है, वो एक्ट ऑफ क्रिएशन ऑफ गॉड है. नाउ स्कॉलर्स हैव स्टार्टेड देयर इंक्वायरी एंड इट ऑल स्टार्टेड विद निएंडर वैली. In August 1856, workmen who were quarrying for limestone in the Neander Valley, a gorge near the German city of Dusseldorf, found a skull and some skeletal fragments there. And whatever scholars found there, they handed over to John Colfulrod. Now, this Colfulrod was a local schoolmaster and natural historian who realized that they did not belong to modern human. And then he made a plaster cast of the skull and sent it to Hermann Schaffhausen, who was the professor of anatomy at Bonn University. And that time scholars did not accept this view and instead declared that skull belonged to a person of more recent times. तो स्टूडेंट्स, मैंने एक छोटी सी स्टोरी क्या बताई आपको. ये स्टोरी कहाँ से शुरू हुई? हमारी निएंडर वैली से. निएंडर वैली में जब स्कॉलर्स सर्च कर रहे थे देन दे फाउंड अ स्कल एंड दे हैंडेड ओवर दैट स्कल टू कॉलफुलरॉड हु वाज द लोकल स्कूल मास्टर एंड नेचुरल हिस्टोरियन. फिर उन्होंने उसका एक प्लास्टर कास्ट बनाया और उसको हरमन शेफेहाउजन को हैंड ओवर कर दिया, है ना, जो कि बॉर्न यूनिवर्सिटी के प्रोफेसर थे एनाटॉमी के. एंड आफ्टर दैट चार्ल्स डार्विन केम एंड चार्ल्स डार्विन published his book on the origin of species on 24th November 1859. And in his book he concluded that origin of human has involved from animals. It means मानव इतिहास जानवरों से बना हुआ है. As we are doing the study of the story of human evolution, we found few skulls. First skull belonged to an ape. It means that skull belonged to 36 million years ago. Then we found skull belonged to a species known as Australopithecus. It means that belonged to 24 million years ago. And then we found skull belonged to species known as Homo erectus. And that skull belonged to 5.6 million years ago. And then finally we found skull belongs to species known as Homo sapiens. It means modern human we can say. And that skull belonged to 1,60,000 years ago. To make you all understand, I had taken one chart as well. Let's start with origin of human beings. तो origin of human beings कैसे हुआ? तो बेसिकली इसको हम 3 कैटेगरीज में डिवाइड करते हैं, एंड they were primates, hominoids and hominids. And this hominids has subdivided into 2 main parts, and that is Australopithecus and Homo. Then Homo में भी हमारे 3 सब कैटेगरी हैं, and they are Homo habilis, Homo erectus and Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens means modern human, we can say. And Homo sapiens is also subdivided into 2 parts. First one is Homo heidelbergensis and second is Homo neanderthalensis. तो बेटा whatever fossils we found in Heidelberg, उनका हमने क्या नाम रखा? Homo heidelbergensis. And whatever fossils we found in Neander Valley, we named them Homo neanderthalensis. As बेसिक डिफरेंस क्या है? एज निएंडरथैलेनेसिस के जो भी एविडेंस हैं वो हमें कब मिले? 1854 में. एंड होमो हाइडेलबर्ग के एविडेंस हमें कब मिले हैं? 1858 में. If we are talking about Homo heidelbergensis only, so these fossils have been found in Europe, Asia and Africa, and evidence of Homo neanderthalensis found in Europe, Western and Central Asia. So students, to make you understand more easily, I had taken the map of Europe, and here you all can see the Neander Valley. So whatever evidences we found in Neander Valley, that is known as Neanderthalensis, and here you all can see Heidelberg. Heidelberg में जो कुछ भी evidences हमें मिले वो Heidelbergensis कहे गए. Now let's understand one by one. It means we are going to start with primates. Primates are a subgroup of a large group of mammals, and this include monkeys, apes and humans. And between 36 million years and 24 million years, primates emerged in Asia and Africa. And these primates have few basic characteristics, such as they have hair on their body, a relatively long gestation period following birth, mammary glands among females to feed their babies, different types of teeth, and the ability to maintain a constant body temperature. Now next is hominoid. Between 24 million years ago and 5.6 million years ago, there emerged a subgroup amongst primates, and this primates called hominoids. Then next came hominids. About 5.6 million years ago, we found evidence of the first hominid. Now let's see the major difference between hominoids and hominids. As hominoids have a smaller brain, while hominids have a little bigger brain. And hominoids were quadrupeds. It means they were walking on their 4 legs, while hominids have an upright posture and bipedal locomotion. It means they were walking on their 2 legs. Then they have flexible forelimbs and marked differences in the hand. And hominids have flexibility in hand, leg and fingers, which help them to make tools and weapons for their protection, for their hunting. And now hominids belong to a family known as hominid. This family includes all forms of human beings. As I told you earlier that hominids is subdivided into 2 branches known as genus, of which Australopithecus and Homo. मैंने आपको चार्ट में दिखा रखा है ये बेटा, है ना. The major difference between Australopithecus and Homo relate to their brain size, jaws and teeth. The former has a smaller brain size, heavier jaws and larger teeth than the later. Now let's understand these 2 terms, Australopithecus and Homo, one by one. Let's start with Australopithecus. As Australopithecus word derived from a Latin word austral. Austral means southern, and Greek word pithox. Pithox means ape. It means southern ape, जिसे कि हम कह सकते हैं दक्षिणी बंदर. and they retained many features of ape as well. The Australopithecus have smaller brain size, heavier jaws and larger teeth. And the fossils found of Australopithecus in Olduvai Gorge in East Africa. Now Olduvai Gorge, it means we are talking about Rift Valley of East Africa, one of the areas from which traces of early human history have been recovered. And here in this picture, students, you all can notice the different levels of earth at the center of the photograph. Each of these represent a distinct geological phase. Now let's start with this chart, the positive feedback mechanism. As here you all can see, the arrows pointing towards a box indicates the influences that shape that particular development. So let's start with increase in size and capacity of brain. जब उनका ब्रेन की कैपेसिटी और साइज बढ़ा तो दे स्टार्टेड विजुअल सर्विलांस, long distance walking, while foraging and hunting as well, and then they started thinking about upright walking. It means bipedal locomotion, it means दो पैरों पे चलना स्टार्ट कर दिया इन्होंने तब. And when they started bipedal locomotion, then their hands were freed for using tools and carrying infants or objects, and then they started making tools as well. It means we can say that अर्ली ह्यूमन में जो कुछ भी डेवलपमेंट हो रहे थे, जो कुछ भी चेंजेस आ रहे थे मॉडर्न ह्यूमन बनने के लिए, दैट इज़ बिकॉज ऑफ पॉजिटिव फीडबैक मैकेनिज्म, है ना. तो जैसे कि बाइपेडलिज्म आया तो उनका ब्रेन साइज इंक्रीज हुआ, विजुअल सर्विलांस एक्सटेंड हुआ, है ना, फॉर हंटिंग एक्सेट्रा. अपराइट वॉकिंग स्टार्ट किया उन्होंने, जिसकी वजह से दे कैन कैरी देयर infants in their hands properly, है ना, and they can make different kinds of tool. तो जो कुछ भी changes आए अर्ली ह्यूमन के अंदर, वो ये सारे चेंजेस पॉजिटिव फीडबैक मैकेनिज्म की वजह से आए और जिसने बहुत हेल्प की अर्ली ह्यूमन की मॉडर्न ह्यूमन बनने के लिए. So students, what I told you just now, that because of bipedalism, they enabled hands to be freed for carrying infants or objects. In turn, as hands were used more and more, upright walking gradually became more efficient. Apart from the advantage of freeing hands for various uses, far less energy is consumed while walking as compared to the movement of quadruped. जब वो चार पैरों पे चलते थे तब उनकी एनर्जी ज़्यादा कंज्यूम होती थी, है ना, in spite of bipedal locomotion. Now, however, the advantage in terms of saving energy is reserved while running. There is indirect evidence of bipedalism as early as 3.6 million years ago. So students, this is very very important to know from where do we get to know about these fossils, and this comes from the fossilized hominid footprints at Litholi, Tanzania. Fossil limb bones recovered from Hadar, Ethiopia provide more direct evidence of bipedalism. Now let's see what happened around 2.5 million years ago. So students, around 2.5 million years ago, with the onset of a phase of glaciation, it means we can say an ice age, when large parts of the earth were covered with snow, there were major changes in climate and vegetation. Due to the reduction in temperatures as well as rainfall, grassland areas expanded at the expense of forests, leading to the gradual extinction of the early forms of Australopithecus. It means Australopithecus ने क्या अडेप्ट कर लिया, हमारा फॉरेस्ट, and the replacement by species that were better adapted to the drier conditions. Among these were the earliest representatives of the genus Homo. तो बेटा ये Homo वही है जो हमने आपको बताया था कि hominid is subdivided into two parts, Australopithecus and Homo. Now let's see about Homo. As Homo is a Latin word meaning man, although there were women as well, scientists distinguish among several types of Homo. Homo have a larger brain, jaws with a reduced outward posture and smaller teeth. Now Homo is also subdivided into three main categories. We can see Homo habilis, Homo erectus and Homo sapiens. Let's see one by one. Homo habilis, it means we can say the tool maker, and when we are talking about tool makers, it means we are talking about Stone Age, because that time these people were making tools with the help of stone only, and our prehistorians has divided Stone Age into three major parts, that were Paleolithic Stone Age, Mesolithic Stone Age and Neolithic Stone Age. Now let's start with Paleolithic Stone Age. Palo means old, है ना. Palo का मीनिंग क्या होता है बेटा? ओल्ड, है ना. अब जब हम ओल्ड स्टोन एज की बात कर रहे हैं, जिसे कि हम हिंदी में कहते हैं पुरा पाषाण काल, इट मीन्स वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट 2 million years ago to 12,000 years ago, है ना. अब इसमें हमारा क्या है? पुरा पाषाण काल. एंड देन मेसोलिथिक एज. मेसो मीन्स मिडिल, इट मीन्स वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट मिडिल स्टोन एज, जिसे कि हम कहते हैं मध्य पाषाण काल, है ना. एंड इट मीन्स वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द पीरियड ऑफ 12,000 years to 10,000 years. Okay, and then last one is Neolithic Stone Age, and that means न्यू स्टोन एज, जिसे कि हम कहते हैं हिंदी में नव पाषाण काल. नव पाषाण काल का टाइम कब से है हमारा? It begins from 10,000 years. As Homo habilis fossils have been discovered at Omo in Ethiopia and at Olduvai Gorge in Tanzania. Now let's talk about Homo erectus. It means we can say the upright man. The earliest fossils of Homo erectus have been found in Africa and Asia. We can say we found evidence between 1.8 million years ago, and the evidence sites were Khobifora and West Turkana, Kenya, Mojokerto and Sanigram and Java. Now let's talk about Homo sapiens. It means the wise or thinking man, and the earliest fossils of Homo sapiens have been found in Africa, Asia and Europe. These Homo sapiens is also subdivided into two categories, and they are Homo heidelbergensis and Homo neanderthalensis. The earliest fossils of Homo sapiens from Europe have been found in Heidelberg, and the names for fossils are derived from the places where the first fossils of a particular type were found. It means जहाँ पे पहली बार वो fossils हमें मिले हैं, उस जगह के नाम पर हमने उन particular fossils का नाम रख दिया. फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू ऑल कैन सी, हमने जो हाइडलबर्ग में हमें फॉसिल्स फाउंड हुए, उनका नाम हमने क्या रख दिया? होमो हाइडेलबर्गेनेसिस. So fossils found in Heidelberg, a city in Germany, were called Homo heidelbergensis, and the fossils of Homo heidelbergensis have a wide distribution, having been found in Africa, Asia and Europe. Now let's talk about Homo neanderthalensis, as these fossils found in Neander Valley, and that is why they were categorized as Homo neanderthalensis. The Neanderthals occupied Europe and Western and Central Asia from roughly 130,100 to 35,000 years ago. They disappeared abruptly in Western Europe around 35,000 years ago. Students, here you all can see the map of Africa, as here you all can see Ethiopia and Olduvai Gorge as well. Here we are having Olduvai Gorge, and now where we found the first evidence of Homo habilis. इट मीन्स ये आपकी क्या आ रही है? ये आपकी रिफ्ट वैली है, और यहाँ पे आपको एविडेंस मिले हैं किसके? होमो हैबिलिस के. एंड देन यू कैन सी द केन्या, तंजानिया एंड ऑल. इट मीन्स हियर वी फाउंड द एविडेंस ऑफ होमो इरेक्टस. एंड व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट होमो सैपियंस के आपको अफ्रीका, एशिया, यूरोप सब जगहों पर आपको एविडेंस मिले हैं. नाउ लेट्स समराइज द थिंग्स, जितनी भी अभी तक हमने पढ़ी हैं वो सारी चीज़ों को समराइज कर लेते हैं. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट ऑस्ट्रोलिपिथिकस, होमो एंड होमो इरेक्टस, है ना. ये हमें कहाँ मिले सबसे पहले? सब सहारन अफ्रीका में, एंड व्हेन बिटवीन 5 to 1 million years ago. And if we are talking about Homo erectus, archaic, Homo sapiens, Neanderthals, Homo sapiens, sapiens, modern human, and they all were found in Africa, Asia, Europe, in mid latitudes between 1 million year ago to 40,000 years ago. Then if we are talking about modern human, they were found in Australia and in 45,000 years ago, before 45,000 years ago. And if we talk about late Neanderthals, modern humans, they were found in Europe, in high latitudes and Asia, Pacific Islands during 40,000 years ago to present. We can say to present, okay. North and South America in desert rainforest as well. So students, I hope you all had enjoyed the part 1 video, and to complete this chapter you have to go through with second part of this video as well. Thank you.